Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to be on the floor today working on our core. We're mostly working on the lower abdominals, but the upper body is engaged, so it's going to be more the stabilizer. All right, so you know your legs are a very long limb. It's the longest part of most people's bodies, and it's pretty heavy. It has a lot of bone, a lot of muscle. So keeping everything still up here works a lot of your core. You can also do this on a chair if you want. If being down on the floor is uncomfortable or your balance is a little off, you can always do it on a chair. All right, so I'm here, my feet are flat. I'm gonna start gentle. I'm gonna really ramp it up. You go to where it's hard enough, but if you feel unsafe or if there's pain, then go back to a gentler version of it. Also, watch your posture, because when we're working hard here, everything wants to join it, but we want to keep our chest open. All right, so your chest is open, shoulder blades are like tucked into your hip pockets, ribs are tucked into your front waistband, but your sternum is lifting up. So you got this lift here, and this is down, like that. All right, and you're tall through the top of the head. So we're gonna bend the legs so your feet are flat on the floor. I am hinged back and I am looking up. All right, so we're going to keep that back engaged. We're going to bring one leg up to parallel to the floor and down. Other leg up to parallel and back down. First leg up and down. Second leg up. Now harder would be not holding on at all. First leg up and down. So it's like a bit of a march. And down. First leg up and down. Keep sternum lifted. And both feet down. Take a little break. All right, so now we're going to do that again. I'm going to make it a harder version, but you can always start from the floor like we just did. So we're going to hinge back. This time, instead of having both feet on the floor or one foot on the floor, I'm going to have both feet off of the floor. Okay, we're going to bring one foot down and up. Now, I am touching the floor. That is not necessary. You don't need to go down very far. You notice my knee is going down, my leg is staying bent. And I'm going to do it without holding on, and down. Keep the sternum lifted, navel to the spine. I don't know if you can tell I'm shaking, but I'm totally shaking. And both feet down and take a little break. All right, so again, you can either start with the feet down or start with the feet up. This time, I'm going to have, instead of bringing it up and down, I'm going to hold it and then extend the leg. All right. Now you can do it with starting again with your feet on the floor. I'll show you that just twice, and then I'll go harder. Okay, so your chest is open, your feet are down. If you keep your feet on the floor, just extend one leg. So now you're doubling the length of the weight. Or you can have it up, straighten the leg, and down, straighten the leg, and down. You think you're working your legs, and you sort of are, but you're mostly working your core, because that's a long limb there. Now I'm going to make it harder. I'm going to straighten out both legs. And up and down. Let's do two more like that. Up. Keep the sternum lifted. Shoulder blades are down and back. And down. All right, let's take a little break. So this time, we're going to have, instead of having our legs parallel like this, we're going to have it in a bit of a V. So shoulders are about, or knees are about shoulder width apart. We don't want them super wide, because that's more of a stretch. We want them engaged towards each other. So I'm going to do a little bit of an angle. So we're here. I'm going to do that same thing, straight and down. Straight, sternum is lifted. Straight and down. Harder would be floating the feet. Straight and down. Straight and down. Straight. So I'm going to keep going like this, and you can have your feet on the floor, but if you want, don't hold on. Up and down and up. Chest is open. Sternum is lifted. Now I'm going to add a twist, quite literally. The leg that's straightened, I'm going to twist towards it. And twist. and twist, and twist. And take a little break, a little bit of a wobble. Sometimes those little hip flexors saying, hey. So we're gonna do a nice stretch in just a moment, but if you need to stop, walk around, stretch it out, absolutely fine. So this time, you can keep going up and down like what we were just doing. I'm gonna take both legs and straighten them both up and both down. So in a V, then I'm gonna add on to that. Now, again, I'm gonna start gentle, even though it's hard, holding behind your knees is gentler. Holding onto your calves is harder because it brings your knees closer to your chest and harder to keep your balance. All right, so I have my knees open, my feet are down, and they're hovering. So I'm going to straighten both legs into a V and down, and up, and down, up, and down. Keep your back straight because the tendency is to want to round out, but then you'll roll. This time I'm going to hold on to my calves, up and down. Notice my arms are on the outside of my knees, not on the inside. One more time, up and down, and take a little break. One more addition to this. I'm going to lift my legs up, close them, open them, and down. So again, you want to have your arms on the outside of your legs if you're holding on to your knees or your calves. And you want your back straight. Rounding out is going to make you roll back. Too many times. Okay, so again, I'm holding behind my knees. My knees are about shoulder width apart. They're both up. I'm going to straighten my legs, close them, open, and down. Up, close, open. Now, as you're straightened, that chest wants to go down, but we want to keep it up. We want to make our body a V with our legs too. Close, open. Now I'm going to hold closer to my feet. Close, open. Arms are on the outside of your legs. Up, close, open, and down. Two more. Up, close, open, and down. Last time. Keep your sternum lifted. Close, and down. All right. So nice, super nice stretch. We're going to have one leg in front, one leg to the side. And we want to stretch out our little hip flexors because they've been really tight. So first off, we're going to lift this hip up a little bit towards our front knee. Hold on to your front knee and then pull your body, your sternum up and forward. So it's like you're making this long swoopy with your body. Now I don't have a whole lot of weight on my hand here. It's more like just a guy wire or something like that. Now more intense is planting this hand, lifting the hip up and forward, and pressing my hand sort of back. So it's super opening up my front body. And come on down, we're gonna flip the feet over to the other side, same thing. So I'm going to turn towards my knee, lift my opposite hip up towards my knee, hold on to it, lift your chest up and forward. And I'm just on my fingertips here, not doing much with it. More intense is planting your hand down, lifting your hip up and forward, and bringing your arm over, and sort of trying to bring that hand a little behind your body. So your hips are sort of in front, and your hand is behind. And bring it down. Okay, so that's working on your core with the focus on the legs. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.